Okay, so it's an exciting time. We're starting a new project, essentially. So, one of the most common things that I get comments-wise is people asking, they say something such as, why did you do it like that? Why didn't you just do this? And I think the reason for that is because I don't think people, because I haven't shown it before, not you guys' fault, but I don't think people really realise in the background what goes in to like my thought process, how long I spend planning these things, how many sleepless nights I have thinking about all the details and how everything's going to work and fit together and what materials to use. And it literally takes me months of sleepless nights and planning and trial and error and model making and all these things to then come up with a final design. And then I get sort of a comment saying, oh, you should have just done this, when I've already thought that through, I've priced it up, I've gone through it, and it wasn't the best option. So in this video series I'm going to try my very best to explain all of the process, go through all the material selection, the model making, the design aspects of it, trying to go through what my needs are, and then I'm going to try and cover every aspect of why and how and reasoning behind doing everything. So this was model number one. This was the idea of this model, was a proof of kind of concept to figure out if the whole idea of having earth sheltered on 2 floors in my hillside was a good idea. I made this model. It did have a roof on there, but I used the sticks for something else. I made this model. I showed it to my friend Simon Dale at Lammas, and he told me, he asked me a series of questions. He said, why do you want it like that? You know, what's the purpose of the 2 floors? And you know, we spent every evening for about a week in his workshop going over the design of this, completely starting from scratch, redesigning it all, asking me what my needs were for this workshop, going over and over and over again, and resizing it, figuring everything out, and then also doing everything to scale, because this was never to scale, this was just kind of proof of concept. So after all of that time answering all those questions as to why and how and what your needs are and all that kind of stuff, this design came around. So we established that this one, there was too much downstairs floor space, and I'd like more area in the top of the in the workshop for maybe doing servicing on the car and stuff like that. So I needed to be able to get a vehicle in the top area, and I didn't need this much space for a woodworking shop. And we also come to the conclusion that we were sitting in his workshop, you know, designing something, talking about all this cool stuff, and we also come to the conclusion that it would be really nice to have a little area to do those kind of things. It's just to, you know, talk with mates or something, share a beer, you know, nice little area in here, nice clean area, bit of music, you know, this is an area, maybe do a bit of electronic stuff like that. Nice area for discussing projects and things, you know, without having to go in the house with your boots and that on. So after all of that discussion for many hours, and I mean a lot of hours, we came up with this design. This design came about by first doing a floor plan. Let me just find that for you. Here is the floor plan. It did originally have a curved wall here, but I took that out for more space. So we've got outdoor covered area, which is nice. This is going to be table saw on the end of here. These are long, very long doors. This is all to scale, and those doors I think are 3 meters wide. So I can have long materials sticking out the door under the covered area. This is all woodworking. This is the nice little chill out area. And then we've got stairs spiralling up. Sorry about my phone, keeps dinging. I should put it on silent. We've got stairs spiralling up the wall, up through there. As you can see, there's the stairs. Workbenches, tools, lathe, mill, all that kind of stuff. Track comes in. This is a car lift, 2 pillars. I've shown this before in a video anyway, but we'll just quickly go over it. Basically made a floor plan, laid out where everything was, where everything I needed, how big it was, and then this design came about. The size of it and everything came about because I needed that much stuff to fit inside the building. Windows facing southwest, just southwest, lots of windows in the top for lots of light. these windows are huge. These are 3 meter. Oh, sorry, these are 3 meter windows here. So lots of light, all south facing, southwest, just southwest facing. Earth sheltered. It's not insulated because it's a workshop. It will have heat in it, but it's not needed to be fully insulated because I'm only going to need to heat it when I'm in there. So that's how the design comes about. So now my next step is to figure out what materials I need for this workshop. Because it's to scale, actually even these bits of wood are actually to scale, so believe it or not. So I can actually measure anything on this building and figure out exactly what size it is and what materials I need. So that's the step I'm going through now, months before even starting to dig. It's figuring out sourcing materials, supply, and all that kind of stuff. So most of the stuff I've got here, but what I haven't got is these roof timbers. I haven't got any durable, nice long bits of wood that I can use for these roof timbers. So we're going to source them from somewhere else. So I'm looking at them and I'm measuring them. I go through, I figure out which scale one's 50. So look, that's a 9 meter long roof timber. That's my longest roof timber on the whole building. So the longest timbers I need are 9 meters. So 9 meter timbers got to come on a lorry load, so I need to find a forestry guy. I've done that. I found a guy. He's got timbers, thinnings, the right size, quite local. So I'm going to go and meet him in the woods and see about how to extract them and stuff. So I'm going to go for a meeting doing that on Thursday. So other materials we need all these bits of wood for these, all this stuff, all this timber framing wood, all this is timber framed. All that I've got from my own woodland, so we can extract that out of the woodland, which is nice. Fill material for the bags is going to be excavated out of the hill. Stone for the foundations is going to come from the local quarry. It'll be compacted stone foundations. We're going to need drainage throughout the whole thing, which will also be stone from the quarry. The bags themselves I'm going to purchase. I'm talking to a supplier now to get continuous bags that we can do much longer bags rather than little short ones. I need to do a test of a bag, so I'm going to fill a bag up with soil and test it and see if we've got the correct clay to sand and aggregate ratio, and see if they're going to work and see if I have to add any additives to it. So that's what I'll do now, is I'm going to go along with a scale ruler, measure everything, work out my quantities, work out how much of everything I'm going to need. I'm going to make a list, and then I'm going to start sourcing all of those materials. So as you can see, this all in previous projects has happened all outside of the camera, and you've just seen me make the project as I go along, and it probably looks on the surface as if I just go, oh, I'm going to do that and I'm going to put it there, but that isn't what happens at all. It takes me a very long time to figure these things out. So yeah, I thought it would be a good idea, considering there's lots of new subscribers to the channel and they haven't seen a project from the start. I thought it would be a good idea on this project to just go all the way through from the beginning, exactly my process, and from day one to actually being done and finished. So we're going to meet the guy and figure out, because this is the most complicated thing to get hold of, these big long pieces of wood. So we're going to go and meet the guy fairly soon, and we'll start making a materials list. So I shall take you on that journey when I go to the woods, and I'll try and keep you up to date on every step. Okay, so I hope that is informative, and thanks for watching.